Hey guys, this is a segment from the Slumpbuster Podcast. You can find the full episode on any of the various podcast platforms, or of course, subscribe to us on YouTube for more of our content. Other than that, guys, sit down, bust a slump, and enjoy. Let's talk about the darlings out west, the Arizona Cardinals. Seems like a lot of people are high on this team. Why is that? Well, they did add a big piece in DeAndre Hopkins. They drafted Isaiah Simmons in the draft. They are looking to make some noise. They have Kyler Murray, who was last year's Rookie of the Year. And coming into this year, we've seen this formula before. Rookie of the Year, outstanding year for Lamar Jackson. Sophomore season, MVP. A lot of people are talking Kyler Murray in that same sentence. Dre, do you think Kyler Murray in his second season could be at that MVP level?
I don't know if he has necessarily the team around him to be at that MVP level. I think he was, his team was still lacking. I know that he's got Hopkins, and that's going to really help him out. But I still think that the team itself is going to possibly hold him back from, getting that MVP sort of candidacy. But that being said, I still think that Kyler Murray can develop. He is developing really well. He was really good. So I do think that he's going to continue to make strides. If, he had a better team around him, I would definitely say we could see him as that MVP candidate. But right now, I just think that his team is going to hold him back from achieving those numbers. But I definitely think we'll see him take steps forward.
What do you have this team finishing in 2020?
So I think they're going to improve a little bit. They actually surprised me even last year. I thought they did, better than expected. I have them going 7-9.
Okay, so they finished 5-10-1 last season. I have them going 6-10. So one less loss than you. Part of the problem that's going to persist when it comes to the Arizona Cardinals is they are in perhaps the toughest division in football. At least we think so when we look at teams like the Niners, like the Rams, and like the Seahawks. You try and find wins in that schedule, and it gets a little bit complicated when you talk about potentially losing at bare minimum 3 games in division. Those are all a huge detriment to your record. I do believe that we will see this Cardinals team steal some wins from some of those teams throughout this season. But the fact that they're going to be the underdog, the Vegas underdog going into each and every one of those matchups, and I'm not convinced that their defense has made a complete turnaround. I do think that they have a ton of weapons offensively, but that's not enough in the NFL. It's enough to put up fantastic statistics. It's enough to make some noise. It's enough to be flashy. But it's not always enough to get wins. And that's what this show is about. That's what the NFL is about. Who's going to get wins? Who's going to win their division, get into the conference championship, get into the Super Bowl, and take home the Lombardi? And I don't think that the Cardinals are there yet. Part of the problem is I don't think their coach is at that level. Cliff Kingsbury never won in college. So I think it's way too bold for everyone to just look at this team and think, oh, this is going to be a playoff team. I think they're still a couple years away just because they still have talent to build defensively. They have no defensive identity to this point. In fact, they were one of the worst defenses in the leagues last year. Tight ends, if you're a fantasy owner, you just knew, start them against the Cardinals. You're going to get guaranteed at minimum touchdown to 100-plus yards. I do think the Cardinals are a little bit overrated, but at the same time, 6-10, I think they're going to be competitive enough in games, put up enough points to be a problem on any given Sunday.